This is a video showing you how to work with gears. The first step I'm going to do, I'm expecting everyone to figure out today to try to get this done and learn this skill. And at the end, I'll talk about the challenge if this is easy for you and you're ready to get going with some new stuff. We'll start with the simpler version here. So first of all, this has a lot of stuff in it. We got to kind of get familiar with the browser over here, which is on this side of the screen. These are some extra gears I've given you to build with over here or make copies of. And then all of these things down here make up a design that you're going to use for a more advanced challenge once we do the first little thing here. These are all components. Notice none of them are bodies, and also you can see all of the joints I've already created in here if you want to kind of see how this assembly is put together. Okay, but the first thing to do is to practice putting gears and making on a plate and making them spin. So to make the plate, we're going to start by creating a sketch. I'm going to create a sketch on any old plane. I'm just going to grab this vertical plane here on the origin, but really anywhere you start will probably be fine. Now I'm in this sketch now, so I'm not going to rotate, I'm not going to orbit, I'm going to work in this sketch right here. I'm going to draw a rectangle, create rectangle, 2-point rectangle. And I'm going to go from here and maybe over about that big or so. I might as well dimension that to be something specific. I'm going to make it 25. And then, sorry, that was D for dimension, or create sketch dimension here. And I'm going to make this side be 5 inches. Not super important if you get those exactly right, but that way you have something to follow. L for line, or create line, or click this button right here, and we're going to make a line down the middle of this thing from the triangle to the other triangle on the other side to get a center line. Hit escape on your keyboard, ESC, to get out of your line tool, and click on that line now with your mouse. Then hit X on the keyboard to make it a dotted line. Now I'm going to make 3 circles in here. C for circle, or create circle, center point circle, or this one right here. Center diameter circle. I'm going to make all of them on this line, random sizes, and we're going to go and dimension them all. After we get 3 on here, D for dimension, or create sketch dimension, D for dimension. I'm going to click on here on the edge of the circle and click out here and make this 0.375 for all of my circle holes. D for dimension, click here, 0.375, enter, and D for dimension, click and click 0.375, enter. Alright, this sketch I'm going to return to, but first I'm going to apply some random dimensions to the distances between this hole. D for dimension, click on that circle, down below. Let's make that a round number of 8. D for dimension, click on this circle and this circle, click down below, and we'll make that 4. Alright, now we're going to put some gears on this after we make it a solid body. So finish sketch, orbit a little bit so you can see what you're doing. Hold shift and click the middle button of the mouse, or use your view cube or your orbiting tool, or hold one finger on your laptop screen. E for extrude, click on this shape, and everything we build is going to be 0.5 thick. You can make stacks of things that are 0.5 thick, but 0.5 is the size of the material we're using, ½ an inch. Okay. Now I'm going to make this into a component. It shows up here in my area here as bodies right here. This is going to be base plate, and I am going to right click on that and create components from bodies. Now it's going to show up at the very bottom here as base plate. Now to connect gears to this, I need to go assemble joint here, or use the shortcut J, and I'm going to grab the back circle of these gears right here. And my computer is struggling because I've got too much going on here. Let's see, I don't think I can close any of that. So we're going to zoom in on this, and I'm going to grab not this front circle here, but this back circle right here. Click once, zoom out, and zoom in over here. I'm going to attach it to this circle right here. It's going to fly over there. Motion type should be revolute, and position shouldn't have to change if it's right. If it's on the wrong side of the line, you can try the flip button and it might put it in the right spot. That's all I want. Motion type revolute between those two circles. Okay. Then I'm going to do the other circles over here. Zoom out. For this one, I think I'm going to grab a little gear. I'm going to zoom, come around where I can see a little gear. Zoom in on it. J for joint. And somewhere in here is the other circle. Oops, got lost there for a second. I don't know. There we go. Okay. And then we'll zoom. Sorry, my computer's lagging with all the stuff I got running with this video. And then I'm going to grab, oops, can I see it now? Might as well come to the back side over here and make it easy. I'm going to grab this back circle here. And I'm going to attach it to the middle right here, this front circle. Excuse me. Right there. And it should fly over there and start rotating. And then I can click OK. And I can add another one over here. My third gear I'm going to add right here. After you get 3 gears on there, you're going to go back and edit the distance between these circles to make the gears go in the right position. So that can be right in this sketch here. I'm going to edit that sketch and change my dimensions. Change my dimensions so the gears line up. After you get the gears lined up correctly, they may not mesh perfectly, but that's okay. You want them to have their diameters the right distance apart so that even if the teeth overlap each other a little bit, that's okay. And then you're going to get these to spin the right way by going to Assemble, Motion Link. And you'll have to motion link those 2 joints you created in your browser over here under the Joints menu. And we're going to motion link Rev 10 and Rev 11. And they need to go opposite directions usually, and unless you see it needing to go the other way. And we're going to do 360. So this is the hard part. One of these has, I believe, 15 teeth on it, and the other one has, I believe, 5 teeth on it. So if you put the number 15 in here and the number 5 in here, that may be correct. I think that one's right there. If you get the wrong one there, you got to change those numbers until the 2 gears spin together. And the easiest way to see them spin together is to double click on here and rotate. Yeah, that's not right. I think I have the wrong number of teeth on there, but you get the idea. Just putting the number of teeth of one of the gear, I think this is actually a 30 tooth, and this is actually a 5 tooth. If you change those numbers to make those work, you can make these gears spin together. All right, good luck.